Hi, hello YouTube. We're back again with Blu-ray Cinema talking about random stuff. This is a channel update and a Blu-ray review. I don't care how long or short it is, that's what's going to be today. And for a channel update is this channel is going to still continue as is with me and my Blu-ray reviews and my random stuff and talk about Blu-ray collecting and so forth. That's going to continue. But I may do it in a couple weeks or a couple months from now, every day or at least every other day. Instead of 3 times a week, it's going to be like 4 times a week. Up to maybe every day. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what my plans for that yet. But my plans for the next couple of months is Blu-ray trips, if I can film them correctly and do a good thumbnail. So that's progress. 2, give you possibly updates on my collecting. And more better 4K reviews and Blu-ray reviews as I go forward. Because I love movies, I love horror films, and hopefully someday I can do review copies. And what I read is, people that have those, the studio may ask them back. I don't know. They do, and if you don't, you gotta pay a fine. But I don't know if that's for all cases. Because I've watched some reviewers and they just trade them in. But I don't know if they have to go call the studios, talk to the studios about that or what, or that's because their YouTube channel makes money. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not there yet, but I would like to do it. I just don't know how I'll go about doing that or getting review copies at this time in place. And I know, a lot of stuff I'm going to get, I'm not going to have room for, number one. And number two, a lot of it is not going to be, to my taste. And I realize that. But I'll see in where I am in a couple months or a year from now going forward. But that channel stays the same. But what I will like is suggestions, comments, advice, anything about what would you like to me review, what would you like to talk about, do you want me to talk Blu-ray collecting, and what do my subscribers out there and newer ones like to talk about, what movies do you like to talk about, what do you guys enjoy? What's your favorite horror film? What's not your favorite? What's your favorite film of all time? What's not your favorite? What do you like on 4K? What do you don't like about 4K? Do you care about 4K? Anything? Do you like to get imports? Do you like to go through companies like Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Shout Factory, etc.? And and I'll try to film the Blu-ray trips as I can. Since there's not too many places to go to now. Because where I am, you got Barnes & Nobles, you got Walmart. And like about 1 hour, 2-hour drive for me is a Soundgarden. There's no Big Lots here. They went under. Dollar Tree has nothing. Dollar General has just DVDs. No Blu-rays anymore. I mean, there's pawn shops, but we have very few pawn shops here. So, where I am. There's no Bull Moose. There's no Hamilton book. There's no... I mean, we got like a Thrifty Shopper or like a Goodwill, but they basically have DVDs. They don't have Blu-rays of any sort, and it's all like what's left over and why it's not any good, So you know, I mean, once in a while I try to hit the garage sales. I try to when I can, but it's hard. But anyway, yeah. So that's the channel update for today. You know, because I will have to discuss, as I said, I'll have to discuss movies, review movies. I love movies. You know, I'll view. Excuse me. I'll view anything. Horror, sci-fi, martial arts, comedy, anything. Marvel stuff, TV shows. You know, what I have. I barely have any DVDs. I have no DVDs whatsoever. I have very few, and that's very few. Because if I got a TV show to talk about, and it's like 8 or 9 seasons long, that's going to take a couple episodes, if no. That's at least going to take, you know, like couple, you know, couple times on this channel where it's going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, or whatever, just to get through it all. Is, you know, most stuff I got won't, or most stuff I review is not going to take that long. But you know, do a TV show that's like 9 or seasons, or even 5 seasons, or whatever it is. It's, yeah, that'll take forever. And I don't want you, you know, YouTube land, you know, or my subscribers out there, you know, me going on and on for like 2 hours long, talking about, oh, this show is this, and this episode was about this, and da 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 da. You know, it might be boring. And you know, that's one thing I don't want to do to any of you or myself. So now we're going to go to the bonus review, and the bonus review is Criterion Collection Zone True Stories, 1980. Oh yeah, you can see me now. 1986. Because I don't want you to not see my face. You know, I have done that in the past. You know, but here we are. This is with John Goodman face on the cover. 1986. It's supposed to be like this. His face upside down. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, filmed by David Byrne. The guy who is the lead of the band, the Talking Heads, which he started his own movie directed by Jonathan Demme called Stop Making Sense, which I've never seen, so I can't say. But I heard it's very, very good, because A24 just released 4K and the Blu-ray of Stop Making Sense. It's that came out 1984. That's a concert film, so you're watching the whole concert movie, you know, that's out in theaters in 1984. So, but this true story was made in 1986, 89 minutes, color, 5.1 surround, 1.4 aspect ratio. It has John Goodman, David Byrne, Spalding Gray, Susie Kurtz, so like, and I came out some of these names. It's hard to see here, but and there's a Talking Heads music in this film too, which is very catchy, and people know what songs they are. So it's a good quirky movie, and yeah, and people don't realize, or don't even I don't think he realizes himself how funny David Byrne really is. But I can't explain this film. I really can't. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't. It's hard to explain once you see it. But if you ever seen the video Wild Life, that whole music video, just about 99% of it is in the movie True Stories. Yep. Where it's people from a small town do ordinary things, and at the end they one wants to be a country singer, one wants to do this, one wants to do that, you know, and one woman just sits at home in bed and does nothing all day. and these people do a singing contest in their town at the end of the year thing, or once a year, and so everybody's there for a singing contest and compete. And I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end, but it's pretty good what happens at the end. And then you got John Goodman character trying to find a wife in a little small town where really not much happens, but it's so subtle and so great. And there's the Criterion thing right there, A B to A or A B, what that means. And there's the back, the cast in the back, over there, little photo. Yeah, there. And then you get a music CD of the film, the music soundtrack on the CD. You can play in your Blu-ray player. You can play in a DVD player. You can play in a CD player. So that's kind of good. And one thing David Byrne says in the film, hey, this place is completely normal. Yeah, I'll show you. Hey, this place is completely normal. Two stories right there. There's a scene in the beginning, like, first 2 minutes of film, he's driving a car, and you can tell it's a matte painting in the background. And he's driving, and the guy's got a steering wheel, and his hands are not on the steering wheel, and he goes, fancy driving. And this is the thing for the cast, it looks like a regular newspaper. Yep. Alright, but this Criterion thing looks like a regular newspaper, like a scandal sheet, whatnot. It was kind of neat. So I'm going to put my CD back in there. I hope you're enjoying this. So, yeah, this is not on... Oh, I'll see what scope this is in so you all know. Okay. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, it's a film about a bunch of people living in Virgil, Texas. It was just filmed in there too, yep. Director approved, Blu-ray special edition features. New restored 4K digital transfer supervised by David Byrne and cinematographer for Evan Lockman. Master of soundtrack supervised by Byrne. New documentary about the film's production featuring Byrne, Lockman, screenwriter Steven Tobolowsky. Oh yeah, you know who Steven Tobolowsky is? He's a character actor who was in Groundhog Day. Executive producer Edward Pressman, co-producer Karen Murphy, fashion show considered as the Ada Watts, considered different to Thomas. His own cousin pesky actor Joe Harvey. Alan Ellison songwriter Criterion. CD contained the film soundtrack for the first time. Real Life, 1986, short documentary by Paula Yates and Thomas. No Time Will Back in New Haunch to Virgil, Texas. The film Showtown where true stories is set. It's a fictional town, but this is filmed somewhere. New documentary about the designer Tibor. I can't pronounce his name, folks, so I'm not gonna go there. It's a new documentary and stuff. Deleted scenes trailer plus essays by Craig Robert Bengal, a journalist and author Joan Patowski and Byrne. 96 piece by actor Spallengren, the film's production and selection of production photographs on Byrne's tabloid clippings of brands of film visual motifs. Yeah, this is filmed somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah. I like it. It's an art film. Warner Bros. Did this back in the day, but Criterion put out in 2000. In 2018. So this is 7 years old. 7 years old. Folks, yep. That's what. I like it. I liked it when I first saw it on cable when I was a teenager. And I still like it now. Because there's nothing like this. There'll never be anything like this. And there'll never be anything like this. So this is a gem, yes. But it's a good classic film. I do recommend people seeing this, or at least picking this up, or at least streaming this and go, oh, what's this about? This is neat. This is quirky, but it's weird. It's not weird, but it's different. I call it different. Before we go, I've seen people on YouTube who talk about films who don't know what they're talking about, but that's them. But here, I know what I'm talking about because I've seen this several times in my life. More than 2, yep, more than 5. Not more than 10, but it's, I don't know, some films I lost count. But anyway. But other than that, until the next, I'll see you folks then. Other than that, have a good day, take care, and bye.